Due process for thee, but not for me, according to the Democrats. If they really cared about due process and the law, then they would not have facilitated and incentivized an unprecedented flow of over 10 million illegal aliens entering our country under the Biden administration. To them, that was okay and encouraged, but it is wrong when Trump tries to enforce the laws and fix the problem. To build on this, when Obama and Clinton were in office, there was no problem with expedited deportation. Both deported more than Trump has so far. Both also bypassed the due process that the Democrats are demanding today. Why the different standards then and now? For Clinton, over 90% of his deportations were done without a formal proceeding. For Obama, it was 75 to 83%. She wasn't president, but in her own words,
crime, deport them. No questions asked, they're gone.
This is hypocrisy, a flip-flop and change in standards that people seem to have forgotten about. As far as the messaging being pushed by left-wing politicians, their past positions, the biased media, the courts, and more, I would ask, where were the hyper-legal concerns when millions of immigrants skipped the legal process and poured into our country, or when Bill Clinton and Barack Obama were in office? The attempts to halt Trump's deportations are a Trojan horse for pushing mass amnesty and trying to delay and ultimately prevent deportations.
I'm calling out Democrats and I want to hear your response. You were obsessed with Trump's health. You and your media, you went after him like crazy. Anytime that he even stumbled just slightly, you guys ran with these stories. Honestly, the obsession was over the top. And then for 4 years, you guys watched Biden fall off his bike, stumble upstairs, fall off stages, and you didn't even say a thing. You never questioned his health. You never asked to see his medical reports. The media never ran with stories. All they did was cover it up. And anytime we brought it up, you guys just shot it down, trying to make us feel like we were the crazy ones, that we weren't seeing what we were seeing. Now you find out his doctor covered it up. Finding out he has stage 5 cancer and it's metastasizes into his bones, that doesn't happen overnight. Certainly not the night before a book deal drops that talks about his cognitive decline and cover-up. Why do you not care about this? Where's the outrage? Why are you not attacking your media? Why are you not looking back and saying, wow, we were totally gaslit? This is what pisses off conservatives. There's a huge double standard here. And all you see is orange man bad. I want to hear from you. I want to know how much that makes you mad. I want to hear how much you hate the fact that there are news anchors that have book deals over this now and are making millions of dollars from lying to you. That should make you mad. That should make you question everything that you've been watching. And if it doesn't, you're more deranged than we thought you were.
You get a pardon, you get a pardon, you get a pardon. Pardons all around. Pardon my pardon. They call me Donnie Pardon because I'm letting everybody out of prison.
Another Trump supporter has made the news because they regret their vote. This just goes to show that the abuse has to hit you personally before you have any regrets. Pictured here is Sarah Baruth with her unnamed partner and father of her eldest child, who now faces deportation because she voted for Trump. We can continue to talk about how the Trump administration is going after families of color and mixed families as well, looking to divide them. We can continue to talk about how they continue to violate the constitutional rights of immigrants, both legal and illegal, as they all have a right to due process. But what we're missing here is that the United States is very different from other countries in the past who were faced with the prospect of revolution. Things have to get bad for everybody, bad enough so that they can think about revolting against their government. The issue here is that the majority of the people in this country look like Sarah Baruth and are unaffected by Trump's policies, unless, of course, they are with someone who can be affected by his policies. And in her case, she faces the likelihood of having to raise her child without a father, and this is due to her selfish vote. A lot of Trump supporters do not see the people that they are affecting unless somehow some of these people are close to them. And this is not the kind of country we should want to live in, where an administration is flagrantly violating the constitutional rights of even U.S. citizens now. But this is what you voted for. The time for regret is long gone.
Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So these Trump supporters are calling out Democrats for everything that is currently happening and how they keep talking about due process, and also coming for Trump because he's deporting immigrants. I know they're telling Democrats that you guys were there when the former administration brought in over 10 million immigrants into the country. Nobody said anything. And when the former administration also deported people, nobody said anything. Why are you guys now calling out TP for deporting illegal migrants? Right? So they're calling out these people like, you guys cannot be talking about due process. Even when lots of people who voted for the current administration also facing the consequences. Anyway, I'm just going to let videos roll, then we'll come back and talk more. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. Credit to all creators on this video. So let's go watch and then we'll come back with the commentary.
I build boats for Donald Trump. I build boats for Donald Trump. Cintura, 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 cintura. Latinos for Trump. Baby, the jokes write themselves. You play stupid games, but you win stupid prizes. But black women like myself sat here and told everybody from my community to the white community to the Latino community to the Muslim community what was going to happen. And Trump is following through with everything he said he was going to do. Boom.
Well, it looks like another Trump supporter is now realizing that they probably shouldn't have supported Donald Trump. After a major ICE raid today in Tallahassee, Florida at a construction site, Jake Cohen posted on social media, quote, "Lost a lot of good men today. I like Trump, but this isn't what I voted for. This will absolutely kill the economy in construction. I thought he was going after gang members and criminals with warrants, not hardworking guys." So unfortunately, Jake is now in the finding out stage of supporting Donald Trump. You mess around, you think he's going to be good for the economy, good for the country, tough on the border, and now you're finding out that Donald Trump is just inhumane and also incredibly incompetent. Like during this ICE raid, people who have no criminal record, have been working in the country for decades, and are on their path to becoming legal were detained and put in windowless buses as their family members watched. Like that's just incredibly heartbreaking and incredibly evil. And I hope that Trump supporters now realize that his strategy is not just going after bad people, it's going after everyone, regardless of how much you have contributed to your community. As a reminder, I post on YouTube, Instagram, Substack, and more. The link is in my bio. Check it out. It would mean a lot.
Now, do you understand that it was never about your legal status? It was just about the fact that you were not white. Trump told you that he was going to do this, and you let him use you. Cubans for Trump, Latinos for Trump, dogs for slaughterhouses, and y'all voted for him. And it's just because you had too much disdain for a black woman. You could not stand to see a black woman make it into the position of power that y'all wanted, so you voted for the man who wanted to send you back to your war-torn countries. Because most of these visas, the over 500,000 visas that he's revoking, are visas that Biden gave to people who were fleeing war-torn countries. Biden did so much for the country, provided so much solitude, gave the people a fighting chance, alley-ooped it up to Harris, and you guys said, no, she's black, fuck that shit. Now you have a month to self-deport, not a month to contest, not a month to get your legal status in order. He is giving 500,000 people a month to self-deport or face deportation through ICE. And you know what ICE is now? They take you to Guantanamo Bay. They're going to make you slave labor. And you know who doesn't have rights in America? Non-citizens. I remember vividly arguing with people, letting them know that it did not matter if you got here legally. It does not matter how you are as an immigrant, if you're a model immigrant. If you are not a white American, they were not going to protect you. And we told you all. What? I just saw a video of Cubans on a boat singing Cubans are going to vote for Trump. You see the first list of people on this? Cubans. And they were one of the loudest supporters of Trump. It makes no sense. He said he was going to do this. I need to know, why did y'all vote for him when y'all knew he was going to do this?
A lot of these guys really voted for this. This was all they wanted. They wanted to make other people feel the pain. They wanted other people to be deported. Well, unfortunately, they are the ones facing this deportation right now. It might not be them directly, but people in their community, their loved ones, their friends who are facing this deportation right now. You guys didn't take your time to really sit down and ask some, very deep questions, some mind searching and all that, doing some soul, thorough soul searching to find out what exactly he was saying he was going to do. Because if you look at it in any way, this is exactly what he said he was going to do, deport people. So both the Cubans for Trump, Latinos for Trump, Mexicans for Trump, Asians for Trump, every one of them who stood out to really vote and now facing deportation in their own communities. And yet they are not calling on other people to help them, have mercy on them and help them and protest, okay? But you guys wanted this in the first place. This was exactly what you wanted, right? When you voted against every other person. you felt you had legal stay in the country. I've seen videos of people who are talking about how they have DACA, so they decided to self-deport themselves because even DACA recipients are also going to be affected, by this deportation. If people who have legal status in the country are being deported, imagine someone who had just DACA. So these people are not telling themselves that the best is just to self-deport to another country, right, and start up their life. I saw in the comment section of a lady who was talking about how she deported herself to Germany and how she was, really supported by the German, people and all that. And when she got there, she started her life afresh. That was really tough her going back. The decision to move to a country where you've not been for a very long time can really be deep. But when she finally got there, she discovered that, it's not as she was thinking. Things are really a lot better here than, moving or being in the US, having DACA and being scared of being deported by ICE at any time, right? And a lot of people in the comment section and I'm like, oh, we actually self-deported and all that. You still have some people who are talking about how they are so scared of even deporting themselves and also scared of being picked up anyhow by ICE and all that. You guys, this is the reality of some people right now. They are scared of starting life somewhere in the future, somewhere, anywhere, right? And they are also very scared of going out and facing deportation by ICE, because you never can tell where you might meet ICE. If you go out, you don't know where you're going to meet them. So a lot of people are not skeptical to really go out and, and all that. But to think that a lot of people really stood up and said, you know what, we're going to vote for somebody who promised mass or the greatest mass deportation of all time. And now the mass deportation is here and a lot of people are already facing it. You guys let me know what your thoughts are in the comment. Let's have that conversation in the comment section. Please let me know what you think about this whole mass deportation and ICE raids happening across the country. I would love to read from you. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. Okay, please go ahead and subscribe and be part of the family. I look forward to seeing you all on my next video Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.